It's been some time since we've heard from Sarah McLachlan. But this summer, the Canadian singer, who's sold 40 million records, is touring again.
You haven't been afraid to go away for a while. Is it scary to sort of leave your audience for a while?
No, it is a bit scary to come back, but more because I know how much work it takes to get back into the game.
She's back in the game after a rocky period that included a divorce, a break with her longtime manager, and the loss of her adoptive father, who died of cancer in 2010 at the age of 80.
I don't think anybody gets to this point in their life unscathed. You know, I'm 46 years old, and this is the time when parents die, when big changes happen.
Mm-hmm. And when you were dealing with all that, where were you musically?
Nowhere.
Very peaceful.
Down the hill, behind her home in West Vancouver, McLachlan has built a recording studio. But for a while, the songs just didn't come.
I would play music,
Yeah.
but I didn't have it in me to write anything. I mean, I need to play the piano every day.
Come from the brink of destruction.
It's like some people have a glass of wine.
Gathered ourselves from the floor.
I go play the piano, and it just calms me right down.
Tried and we suffered, and finally recovered.
And I mean, my father passed away almost 4 years ago, and it kind of took that long for me to recognize, A, what I'd lost and what that meant to me moving forward, but also what he'd given me.
Your light buried the dark.
Her new album, Shine On, her first in 4 years, is dedicated in part to her father.
We don't feel unconditional love very often in our lives. It's almost always conditional. And with him, he was just there. He was always there for me.
We're gonna push on through. Pretty girl, just like we always do. Beautiful girl, I know the world.
McLachlan grew up in Nova Scotia, studying voice, piano, and guitar.
In your high school yearbook, it said that you were destined to become a famous rock star.
Miranda wrote that, my one dear friend, yeah.
She was right.
She was right. Well, I'm not a rock star.
You'll be strong tomorrow when we'll.
She was signed to a record deal at 19. Her fourth studio album, Surfacing, would win her 2 Grammys and sell 16 million copies. Those are rock star numbers.
Did you have any idea when you were finished what you had?
Well, it's funny, again, I always hate my records at the very end, just for a brief moment, because I'm so sick of them. And I remember saying to a friend of mine, the only song that's any good on this record is Angel.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here.
Written after reading about the death of the keyboard player for the band Smashing Pumpkins from a drug overdose, the song Angel came to McLachlan in just a day and a half.
It's like, wow, someone just gave me a gift. And it turns out to be the song that so many people have connected with on so many levels.
In the arms of the angel.
Especially when the song was used in a commercial for the ASPCA.
Some comfort here.
Hi, I'm Sarah McLachlan. Will you be an angel for a helpless animal?
Yeah, boy, that ad worked like a hot damn. It really did. It just
Raised $30 million
it
or
just reached
something?
right in and tore at your heartstrings, and yeah, over 30 million bucks.
The success of the Surfacing album led McLachlan to put together a tour featuring all women artists.
'Cause you're working
Were you surprised at what a big deal Lilith Fair became?
Absolutely. Really, it started out because I didn't want to do shows by myself.
But promoters told her an all-female bill would never sell tickets.
I was like, well, that's ridiculous. Music is music. And good music is good music. And you're telling me I can't do this? Well, I'm going to prove you wrong. Thank you so much.
In its 3-year run, Lilith Fair drew some 2 million fans.
It became its own brand name.
It did. I mean, I've heard it used in, you know, as a cultural reference. Oh, that's so Lilith of you. Or it's like, oh, I kind of love that.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
It also raised millions for McLachlan's charity foundation.
And I thought, what am I going to do with all this money?
One more time, right on the t-shirt.
So she launched an after-school music program for inner-city kids in Vancouver.
For the first 9 years, we were sort of beg, borrowing, and stealing in different locations, paying a lot of rent in spaces that we could only use part of the day.
But 3 years ago, with help from the city, McLachlan raised the money to find a permanent home for the program and open the Sarah McLachlan School of Music.
So how many kids are here now?
We have almost 700 kids in the program this year.
How does it feel to have your name on the door?
It's fulfilling. You know, people ask me what I'm the proudest of, and I would say it's this place.
But the road has drawn her back again. Usually acoustic, she's even returned to her electric guitar.
That was exciting to do that again. It brings my wild side out a little bit, and it's a lot of fun.
What's that like?
It's freeing.
The wild side of Sarah McLachlan.
You know, yeah, the horns come out, and yeah.
With a new partner, former NHL hockey player Jeff Courtnall, and her 2 daughters, Sarah McLachlan says she feels whole again.
Did I read somewhere that when you were going through the divorce that there was a point where you thought you might never write a song again?
Oh, I think that pretty much every time.
Really?
Yeah, sort of at the beginning of the process of writing a record, there's always that, do I still have it? Am I going to be able to have something to say?
If you've been a creative person, I think it's probably hard to turn that off.
It's impossible to turn it off.
'Cause it's so hard.
Why I always come back is because I love playing live. I love to sing.
And after I wipe away the tears, just close your eyes.
And I love to feel that energy that happens between myself, between the musicians, and between the audience. And it's this beautiful, cyclical energy thing, this ball of love and passion and good, yummy stuff. It's like having a religious experience.